The top 5 business technology stories from last week. Number 5. Voice cloning is a technology that can imitate someone's voice very closely. Recently, it has been making headlines as it has been getting increasingly better at sounding just like the person it is imitating. This AI-generated recording can be done when under an hour of someone's voice exists in recordings. While this can produce a lot of benefits in society, such as recreating someone's voice when they lose it, or if someone wants to rehear the voice of a loved one, it can also create a lot of problems. Scams using voice cloning to trick people are becoming more and more common. Scammers can leverage voice cloning to make a phone call and have it sound like someone you know, such as a family member or a friend. This makes it harder for people to tell if the call is real or fake. Often these scammers can pretend to be in an emergency situation and ask for money. This is a big concern for safety and security because it's difficult to know what is real and what is not. So, it's important to be cautious when receiving calls and verify the identity of the person on the other end to protect yourself. Number 4. Robotaxis are self-driving cars that are currently available in some cities like Phoenix. Recently, Waymo and Uber announced a partnership to deploy self-driving cars for picking up customers and delivering food. Phoenix was chosen because of supportive state and local policies that support this technology. Additionally, Phoenix has a strong talent pipeline consisting of workers and educational institutions that are actively supporting the development and implementation of self-driving technology. Phoenix also has the required infrastructure that is conducive to the operation of self-driving cars. Finally, the city's weather is relatively stable throughout the year, making it an ideal climate for self-driving cars to operate efficiently. While cars using AI still have a ways to go to operate effectively in climates with cold and snow, a large-scale implication of self-driving cars in Phoenix may help other municipalities make the jump to robotaxis. One of Uber's biggest expenses is the cost of drivers, which can be significantly reduced or eliminated if robotaxis are successful. The trend of AI taking jobs will likely continue, while benefiting consumers with better choice, availability, and cost. It will be interesting to see if consumers are willing to ride with robotaxis versus human drivers. Number 3. A universal influenza vaccine is a type of vaccine that can protect against most, if not all, strains of the flu virus. Researchers have recently completed a clinical study on this vaccine, with more and different variations of this vaccine planned in the future. A universal influenza vaccine is important, as currently influenza vaccines need to be taken every year, as the flu virus mutates or changes its strains. Researchers also have to predict which strains will be most common in a particular year and create a vaccine targeting those strains. Despite this educated guess, researchers may not in fact create a vaccine that matches the actual flu strains circulating. A universal influenza vaccine would be different. It would be designed to provide longer-lasting protection against a broader range of flu strains. This means we wouldn't need to get vaccinated every year, and it would take the guesswork out of selecting the right strains for the vaccine. This could significantly reduce the impact of flu season, as less people may contract influenza, reducing the amount of people getting severely ill or dying from the virus. Ideally, this would reduce the health impacts and cost associated with the flu. Number 2. Neurolink, a company founded by Elon Musk, has recently received FDA approval. For those unfamiliar with Neurolink, it is a company that focuses on decoding and connecting the human brain to computers. In simpler terms, it's like having a computer interface directly within your brain. Previously, Neurolink had been rejected for approval by the FDA, but now they have the green light. The company aims to help people with specific conditions such as paralysis, blindness, deafness, or the inability to speak. They want to use their technology to restore or enhance the abilities of those affected by these conditions. However, this raises some important questions about ethics. With technological implants that can interact with our brains, we need to consider the balance between the natural order of things and how comfortable we are with letting technology interfere with our cognitive processes. These ethical concerns include issues related to privacy, security, and the potential impact on our sense of self and individuality. It's important to have thoughtful discussions about how far we are willing to go in merging technology with our own biology and what safeguards should be put in place to protect our well-being. Number 1. Recently, there was an incident regarding an AI-generated video depicting an explosion at the Pentagon. This created quite a stir, with fire trucks being deployed to the scene as a precautionary measure. Additionally, the stock market experienced a temporary decline in response to the incident. But why did this happen? One of the main reasons is that tools for creating realistic-looking videos and images have become more easily accessible to the average person. This means that anyone with access to such tools can create and distribute misleading or false content. Unfortunately, online platforms currently lack a reliable way to verify the authenticity of the content being shared, and there is a lack of regulation in place to address this issue. This incident serves as a reminder that we will likely continue to see these types of occurrences in the future. It's crucial for people to exercise caution and critical thinking when consuming information, particularly online. It's essential to consider the credibility of the source and look for multiple reliable sources before drawing conclusions. In a world where technology enables the creation of highly convincing fake content, it becomes increasingly important to be vigilant and discerning. By staying informed and being mindful of the sources we trust, we can navigate through this era of AI-generated content more safely and responsibly.